The LG Procast, the podcast, is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. The views or opinions expressed by the podcast hosts and guests do not necessarily reflect the official position of LG. For the latest and most accurate information about LG products, please consult relevant product manuals and related documentation. The information provided in this podcast episode is for informational purposes only and does not constitute professional advice. While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, we make no representation or warranties of any kind, express or implied, about the completeness, accuracy, reliability, or suitability of the information for any specific application in the following discussion. LG and those posting or otherwise providing information, content, or material are not responsible or liable for any consequences relating directly or indirectly to any action or inaction you take based on the information, content, or other material on the podcast.
Welcome to day 2 of the Southeast Builder Conference Show. I'm your host, Terry Frisendo, the LG Procast.
And I'm Philip Craigbaum. We're joined here with a couple of great guests this morning, Daniel Kennerly of Allaire Home Builders and Dustin Archer of Ingenuity Air. Guys, thanks for being here.
Yeah, welcome. We're excited to partner in this with you guys.
Yeah, we've got a pretty cool project going on here in the Orlando area that you're taking off with. So I'll let you kind of introduce yourself, introduce Allaire, and tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
So Daniel Kennerly with Allaire Homes, myself and my partner Jim Krantz are building the new American home for 2026. And as we know, that's the show home for the International Builder Show. This year, there's something really unique about this project. Not only is it a show home for the International Builder Show, we're actually building for a client instead of it being a spec home. And to kind of expound on that, the client has agreed to or offered to give all products that were given to charity.
Which is huge.
Which is huge. I mean, who does that, right?
Right.
Most show homes for the International Builder Show have had about 1.5 million in contributions. We broke 3 million in contributions 2 weeks ago.
That's impressive. That's cool.
That's a lot of free stuff.
That's a lot of free stuff, except for the fact that he's writing a check at IBS back to charity for all of it.
That's cool.
I mean, you know, it doesn't get much better than that, getting to work for somebody that you're working for a different reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and there's actually a unique charity that it's going to.
Right.
So his son is autistic, and he has this idea of improving the lives of adults and children with autism by teaching them things that they can't learn in the normal workplace. And what that means for Jason and for Jonathan, his son, is creating a community in Orlando called Jonathan's Landing. It's a 500-room community, but it's also backstopped by the adults with autism being empowered to work. And so there's a social awareness and the ability to do more than just potentially get a job at the grocery store as a bagger. So he started a new company called Tectonic that actually micro-credentials adults with autism to repair cell phones and tablets.
Incredible.
And even if one person can't get the full credentialing, if 4 people can get micro-credentialing that build up to the full credentialing, they can actually repair cell phones and tablets, sell them, and it actually provides income for Jonathan's Landing. And so it reduces the burden of care for their caregivers. Wow. I mean, the synergy there is just amazing.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff you want to be involved with.
That's
like
right.
I mean, that just makes you go home, put your head on the pillow, and go, today was a good day.
I did something good today.
Yeah, today's
that's
a good
right.
day.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I know we're on the LG podcast, but we're extremely appreciative to LG. I mean, you know, LG, your HVAC group is donating all of the HVAC.
Yep.
Your electronics group is donating all of the electronics. And then Signature Kitchen Series has all of the appliances in the house. And I mean, LG is making a huge buy-in to both IBS, the new American home, and Jonathan's Landing.
Life's good. Right? Life's good.
We're selling a lot of air conditioners.
Yeah, we have a management strategy, or a whole strategy, or wholesome strategy at LG. It's called Jeondo management. It's a Korean term for, I guess the best way to interpret it would be the golden rule for in the U.S. So do unto others as you want to know. So that That kind of stuff is Jundo management. That's the stuff that
Mm-hmm.
that our company does. And I've worked here 15 plus years now,
Yeah.
and this has been the funnest 15 years of my career. Being in the HVAC business, first time I ever worked for a manufacturer here at LG. We do a lot of things good, so I'm proud to be a part of that. Proud that you guys are a part of that. So tell us a little bit about that house.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
interesting stuff going on.
it's kind of amazing, and I mean, I want to bring Dustin into this as well, because this house is 16,000 square feet, but that doesn't even tell the story. It's got a 7,000 square foot underground basement
In Florida.
In
That's
Florida.
not a swimming pool.
Yeah,
Next to the lake.
next to the lake.
Right.
I mean, no driveway, car elevator bringing cars down into
Bat cave.
16 car garage. That's right.
That's what it
True
is.
bat cave. But the uniqueness of Jason, the homeowner, and kind of what we were talking about before with the charity and the component to it, he doesn't want this house and the benefit it has to Jonathan's Landing to end at the International Builder Show. His goal is to have fundraisers here where he can actually raise money for not just Jonathan's Landing, but other groups in the community. And he's designed the house in that way. And we really had to partner with you guys to figure out, how do we do that? Because a normal house, you put another 100 people in it and the ACs can't keep up.
Right.
And so I would love, be perfectly honest, you know more about how you design the system than I do.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. I worked with Dustin and your designers and your guys that did the load calcs, and it was a little bit of a mental exercise, and then really where to fit it too.
Right.
But we designed the house, and then we went, okay, now 100 people on top of just the everyday load. We don't want to oversize it and have all that ridiculous overcapacity. So there's actually 2 additional 3-ton systems in the house that are dedicated as party systems. So only going to be used when he's got, 50, 100 people there and having dinner. One's down in the basement, one's up in the living room to supplement everyday stuff. And then Dustin got the challenge of, okay, now where do I put it? Because most of these are ducted systems. They're not mini splits hanging up on the wall, obviously, and right in this type of a home. So yeah, you've had some challenges with some ductwork and stuff, huh?
Yeah, it's it's funny. I'm really enjoying the project. Daniel and Jim and Logan came to us. Golly, it was March.
Yep.
March when we onboarded with you guys, and we've engineered here. We've been in the business for about 2.5, 3 years, and has been really focused on custom homes and track homes and some other stuff. We do commercial too, but this project for me was like something that I really wanted to do. I've always loved custom homes, and part of the reason we founded the business was to do projects like this. And I remember the call with Daniel and Jim, and they said, "Oh, we've selected your company to do this project, and oh, by the way, we need you to be on a call with LG in 2 days." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Like this will be fun, And so we sit there, we all get to this meeting, and we've got Josh from Two Trails on, and they're doing the load calcs, and everybody goes, "Well, yeah, we've got to also plan for this 100 people, and by the way, it's not what you looked at before. So let's start over with the design, and oh, by the way, it's got to be done by February." So it was, it's been fun. It's been exciting, and getting to see some of the things that LG can do with some of their equipment, has been the fun part of this. And yeah, I would say that the biggest challenge is the ductwork. I actually went by the house the other day, and I told the guys, I was like, wait on the kitchen, because there's a lot of stuff we've got to fit up there. So, but it's fun. It's a challenge, and it's been fun to work with Alaire and with LG.
It's definitely been fun, and I can't wait for it to be done. And really, it's going to be a lot of fun to show people. I mean,
It is.
personally, I'm looking forward to it. I have a lot of time invested in it with you guys.
Absolutely.
IBS coming up next year. It's going to be a blast. We're using the multi-VS, which is our single phase VRF systems that are going in there. So I think we have a total of 17 indoor
7.
units between air handlers, a couple of wall mounts, and then we've got one-to-one system that's going in that standalone ADU.
Right. Yeah. By the lake.
But everything else is the VRF system. So
You know what I hear and kind of what we talk around the country is, when people think of this technology, they think, oh, it's wall mount ductless, blah blah blah. And I've spent the last few years of my career talking to across the country with the Lair homes, with builders and contractors. There's a ducted product. We make a very high end ducted product. We're not asking contractors and builders to do things different. We're asking them to use a better way to heat and cool.
Yeah,
right?
right.
When you start talking about using inverter driven products across our entire platform, which you see behind my head here, I mean, that's the stuff that reduces power and reduces load on impact and allows you to do different things. So it's exciting for me.
Yep.
When I stand in front of your group out in San Diego with 108 Lair home owners, in a single building, there are contractors like Dustin who will listen and learn and take advantage of a better technology. So,
Right.
that makes me excited.
Yep.
It keeps me up.
Well, I'll say one of the things that, as a contractor, one of the things that we try to do is stay on the cutting edge of products that are out there. And to your benefit, it is hard to find subcontractors that are willing to learn about the new products. So many people want to just do it the way they've always done it. And to find somebody that's willing to learn about it and willing to do something different, it's a huge benefit to us as contractors.
I mean, we're at the FTBC show here in Orlando, and I walked the show this morning before everybody got in here to see what's what's out there for builders to take advantage of. And there's some cool stuff. And
Oh yeah, very cool stuff. And
Yeah.
people, I don't want to turn it negative, but I think people do get caught up in, well, this is how we've done it for years. In fact, another builder I work with, and Daniel, I appreciate you guys wanting to do cutting edge stuff, because for me, and part of the reason that it's called Ingenuity Air is the engineer in me is always looking at what's new, what's the latest and greatest. But so many contractors out there that they just, it's the AC system. Nobody wants to spend any money on their AC system, but they want it to make sure it's cold. But there's so much technology out there for homeowners, and the LG stuff has really impressed me. And I joked with Philip earlier when we were sitting here prior to this show starting that, you got to change your background, because the new ducted stuff it's a dark gray. It kind of looks like the washer over here, but I mean, it really looks great. It's got great technology in it, and we're even looking at it from multifamily perspectives and everything else, because it can offer so much more than just the basic turn on, turn off system.
we spoke about that ducted system. I mean, listen, we're powering an outdoor unit up to 5 tons an indoor unit from that outdoor unit.
Right.
So we're able to eliminate circuits, if you will, in homes, or maybe reduce the electrical requirements in a home, or maybe you don't reduce the electrical requirements and you use it for something else, ADU, she cave, man cave, whatever, right? EV charger, things like that, different stuff that they can do because we use so much less power than a conventional system.
Right.
One of the neat things about this home is in the basement, since it's the industrial look in the basement, everything's exposed. Most of the time you never see your product. Everybody that walks down the basement is going to see a big unit.
Yeah.
With some serious spiral duct coming out of it.
Yeah. And it works though. It works in that space. Like I was in there a couple weeks ago with Dustin. I was like, this actually looks cool. It's the first time that you kind of want to see the air handler just hanging by the ceiling. I was like, this is a pretty cool look. So a lot of the pictures that'll come out will be fun as we go. I mean, you guys have done a lot of cool stuff posting on your, Facebook page and stuff like that. I follow along with that. And the controls aspect, I mean, we haven't necessarily gotten to that stage of the install yet, because it's still going on, but we're going to have a central controller that will allow the homeowner to go to one place and control any system in the entire house, or to individual wall controllers or thermostats, whatever you want to call them, in each individual room. So the amount of flexibility and control that they're going to have is going to be really, really cool.
Yeah, and all those products, I'm sorry, Dan, all those products that are connected, like Daniel spoke of, you're going to, he's got SKS Kitchen. That's a brand, a very high-end luxury brand from LG Electronics. We call it SKS, or Signature Kitchen Suites. But the SKS, the HVAC, and all the electronics are going to communicate through the LG ThinQ app as well. So that brings house automation. I'm sure you're adding some additional automation.
Oh, yes.
But that brings house automation without an additional expense for builders that are interested in, in a strategy like that.
Well, and it makes sense. I mean, our homeowner is single, but his oldest daughter is heading off to college this year, but he has parents that come down and visit all the time. He has a huge family that at holidays get together at the house, and the ability to have a house that large but control every area individually. Talk about saving him energy costs. I mean, that's a big deal when you have a house this big. To be able to shut things off or turn the air up in areas that you just on a daily basis not going to go into.
Right. Right. And do it easily without.
That's right.
16,000 square feet. That's a hike if you Well, it's got to go around and shit's all thermostat out.
Did I turn that thermostat down?
Yeah, that would be me. I'm like, oh, what no? Yeah, for sure.
Well, cool. And it's been great to work with you guys. I mean,
Thank you.
I've gotten to do that a lot more than Terry has, but it's a pleasure doing business with guys that get it and that are just enjoyable. We work with some curmudgeons too. And that's not the case here. So we've had a lot of fun. You guys are doing your Muddy Boots tours.
That's right. Yep. We're doing 4 tours at the home. We did a Muddy Boots tour. We did a Dusty Boots tour. Coming up August 5th is a No Boots tour. And then November 11th will be a Clean Boots tour and then a No Boots tour.
Gotcha.
And so the idea is for people that are part of the Greater Orlando Builder Association to actually see the progress, other builders, subcontractors, interior designers, architects, to kind of see what's happening with the house at the stages it's happening so that we can, highlight the products that are going in, the companies that are contributing to the house. I think, Terry, I really appreciate your shout out to Alair. And one of the reasons that we're part of Alair, 108 offices across the United States and Canada, we'll do $450 million in custom design work this year across the United States and Canada. What brings us together is innovation. I mean, the ingenuity of doing something different, a totally transparent cost-plus model of construction. People don't get into that unless they're interested in putting new things in homes and being updated on what is the newest, what is the most innovative product that we can add to homes. I know you mentioned being out at our conference, and you found a lot of people really interested about what you were talking about.
Absolutely.
And, being around people like that, being around you guys, it's just, it's exciting to know what's coming next. What can we introduce into the next home?
Right. Well, I can tell you that from that conference, the biggest thing that I took away from that conference is here's 108, like Daniel said, here's 108 builders across the country building luxury spaces and willing to listen, willing to make changes, willing to do things differently, right? But at the same time, they were willing to help. I watched his presentation in San Diego, and I watched 107 because he's one. That would be 108. I watched 107 of his peers say, man, you need some help. What can we do to help? Right? Do you need us to send people? Do you need us to send resources? Whatever it was. So they collectively were reaching out to see if they could do, because his timeline, it's beyond aggressive. It's beyond aggressive.
It's all about our
crazy, right? All the heat's on you guys, right?
I mean, beginning to end, we're going to build a 16,000 square foot house in under 14 months.
So let them
No, all steel, right?
All steel.
Basement in Florida.
Waterproofing. Yeah.
Let me put that in perspective for you. I got 1,200 square feet, was destroyed from Hurricane Helene. It's 11 months later, and I still have scratch.
That's a lot to do. That would be a lot to do just on what I'd call a normal house.
Oh, yeah.
I've got elevator and car turntable and
saunas, steam rooms, cold plunges.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for the show.
A spa, hot tub on the second floor, walkout balcony.
Hey, I can look right here to the right and know that you can put a bowling alley in there.
That's right.
Yeah, there is a bowling alley up here too. Don't give them ideas, because we're gonna have to add something.
I can't add anything else.
Nothing add. Change order. Oh, sorry, no change order.
Well, I gotta say, Dustin and I sit here, but it really isn't about us. Our teams, the guys that Dustin has working on site every day, my business partner, Jim, is on site almost every day. John Altman and Logan Witt, our senior project managers, they are coordinating product. They are working on energy calcs. They are on site. They are calling subcontractors. It is a team effort, and not just by us.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the first conversations, was just go ahead and get me everything that I'm going to need now, because there's no wiggle room later. So yeah, we shipped it all, and sitting in Dustin's warehouse, taking up his space. So,
and we've even worked out, ways to, things don't come when you build a house this size in the order that you want them to all the time. Our doors are a little bit delayed, so we can't close up the envelope. Well, we usually don't run ductwork. So we are running ductwork, and we're sealing the end of every piece of ductwork. It's like, how can we work together? Can Dustin work around the electricians? Can Dustin work around the plumbers? Subcontractors don't always like to be in the house on top of each other.
they don't have.
No.
And you have been.
It's been fun. It's been interesting. I actually went to the house yesterday. Jim was there, and I was like, man, parking, like we're parking a half mile away now. But yeah, it's definitely more and more trades are there now, and this becomes the crunch. And I think you guys are doing some innovative things because of, like you said, some of the vendors. I think Jim told me yesterday, I think windows are about a month out, but we're gonna go ahead and start spray foaming next week. We're gonna, we want to seal up the top floor. And so he's doing everything he literally can ahead of, getting that envelope closed up. And so it's a different build. But it's cool.
Hey, man, there's an old saying, right? That's why they pay you the big buck.
Got to figure it out.
That's right. Absolutely right.
Absolutely.
So if anybody wants to see the house, where can they see it? Because I know you guys have posted lots of pictures and videos.
That's right.
Stuff. So if anybody wants to see progress, where can they go?
So Alaire Orlando, AlaireOrlando.com, and then on Instagram and Facebook, Alaire Orlando as well. They can find, and we cross post on all of those. We're collaborating with LG. We're collaborating with the other vendors in the house, even our subcontractors, because the idea of this house is that everybody has visibility. It's not just us. We could not do it without our vendors. We couldn't do it without our subcontractors, and so the goal of what we're doing is really to bring a new level of understanding, one, about adults with autism, to help with Jonathan's Landing, and just to bring and highlight the products and people that we're working with. And so we'll be known by the house and who we're associated with. And I can't think of better people to be associated.
You're in great company with that.
Yeah, I'll plug Daniel for a second. I think that if you really want to follow along with the house, hit their Instagram, because they post all the time, and sometimes I watch the videos and I'm like, oh, awesome, this is where we're at today. So it's a great follow along. I love following them on Instagram and seeing some of the other work that they've got going on too. Yeah.
So what's really cool is behind the scenes, we're actually doing a 14-part series on the construction of the house. And the National Home Builders Association, which is the sponsor of all of this, they're actually doing a series during the build. And so leading up to the International Builder Show, and post International Builder Show, we'll start posting the 14-part series about the construction of the house. And so people will be able to access information on this build, the vendors, the subcontractors, for a long time to come here, and learn about some phenomenal products. You guys are contributing unique products, where I know we actually have some products that from LG that'll be the first time that they're showcased will be in the house.
Right.
And quite a few other vendors as well. And so we want to provide a way that people can see those in the future. And that's why we're trying to create a series that lives on past the end of the house as well.
Super awesome.
I know we've been fortunate for the last, this will make 3 New American Home projects. The prior 2 were 2 years before, were both in Las Vegas, and they had LG HVAC systems in them. And looked at those houses and thought about how we did it. And this is our home. This is our neighborhood. We want this to be exactly what it can be. And that is a comfort system that's professionally installed and serviced and managed, and something the homeowner can be happy about and proud about.
Well, I'll tell you what, Philip took it to heart, because before we even knew what LG was promoting or going to provide for the house, Philip had come in the office and he said, I'm on this. I'm on it early. Yeah. You remember coming in the office that day? I didn't even know he was coming in. Yeah. And I was like, all right, we don't know what we're doing yet. He's like, well, I'm here.
Yeah.
So
we're going to help.
That's right.
It's been fun. And I'll give a quick little compliment to Dustin and his crew. Like, there's part of what Terry's saying is he wanted me to be involved because this is a showcase for LG. And
that's right.
We want it to be done right. And there hasn't been really one thing that I've gone to Dustin and go, hey, y'all need to fix this. I haven't found that yet. And that's been refreshing that everything's been put in, to the specs, to the way that it needs to be. So a lot of fun.
Well, we have a 3:30 meeting every single day where our whole team comes together to talk about the day, what happened on the house, and what's going to happen tomorrow. And usually it is what subcontractor isn't performing.
Yeah.
I can say with honesty, and this isn't, there is no guile in this. Ingenuity, Air, and Dustin have never been mentioned.
Oh,
and
good to know.
that's a very good thing, because that means that there's nothing going wrng on the AC side of things.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you can probably hear the noise picking up here. The show's going to open in a few minutes. So I want to try to get us to close and wrap up. I just want to say, hey, Allaire Homes, thank you. Dustin, Ingenuity, thank you.
Yeah,
okay?
Absolutely.
You guys have been a breath of fresh air for us as a manufacturer, as a person, right? To know that people can build homes, and the people that are building homes have that kind of awareness and that kind of will to give back or to provide for folks that could do or need the help. So thank you both.
Yes, sir.
Brighter. Been a pleasure, Philip.
No, that's, again, it's been fun. It's been fun that we've met. I look forward to lots more projects together. Absolutely. Contractors out there listening, especially our LG Pro dealers, and, maybe reach out to an Allaire home in your area. If you're one of those that wants to do the cutting edge installation of the cutting edge equipment, that's what the Allaire home builders are all about. And, I've met several of your counterparts throughout the country, and a lot of them are hungry for good HVAC contractors that can do the work, that are willing to learn. And, one of the things that we get, the pushback is, well, I've been a brand X guy for so many years, I don't want to do anything different. And, that I get it, because that's what your daddy and your granddaddy did and everything else. And you're loyal to that brand, but things are changing, and the technology is changing. And so the contractors that are on board with that, like Dustin and others that are on the front lines, like, reach out to me or reach out to an Allaire home and see if there's a good partnership there.
And I will say, from the contractor's perspective, those subcontractors that do that are absolutely at the top of the list for a contractor, because we want to know that they are keeping themselves current.
Right.
And if they're looking for the new technology, they're keeping themselves current.
Right.
Good comment.
And if I may, just in closing, on behalf of Jason Eichenholtz, our client, and Jonathan's Landing, you and LG are empowering a phenomenal contribution to adults with autism. And at the end of the day, seeing these adults with autism that are being given opportunities that they just aren't given in life. With this credentialing, they can work at Best Buy's Geek Squad. They can work at You Break, I Fix. That's something that they just don't usually have the opportunity to do. And your contribution of product is empowering a larger contribution to charity that's furthering that. And at the end of the day, that is unique and it's honorable, and we appreciate it.
John Doe.
Yep, that's right.
Awesome.
That's right.
Well, guys, thank you for being here. Thanks for getting up early and joining us.
Oh, yeah.
The show started, but we appreciate it. I know we're out of time, but look forward to obviously doing more with you guys. Anything you want to add?
No, I'd just like to say thanks again from the LG Procast here in Orlando, the Southeast Builder Conference Show. And until next time we see you, we'll see you.
Bye now.